Welcome back to Secret Capital Luxury, where we explore the fascinating stories and achievements of the world's most successful people throughout history. Today, we are taking a look at the richest people to have ever lived. From emperors and pharaohs to oil tycoons and tech moguls, these individuals amassed incredible wealth and influence, impacting the world we live in today. We'll dive into the lives of some of the most notorious names in history, like Julius Caesar and Mansa Musa, who ruled over vast empires and amassed fortunes beyond our wildest dreams. And we'll also take a closer look at modern-day billionaires like John D. Rockefeller and Bill Gates, whose wealth has reshaped entire industries and changed how we live and work. Join us as we explore the fascinating stories of these incredibly successful individuals and discover the secrets to their wealth and success. Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan is known as one of the greatest conquerors in history. But his legacy isn't just military might. He amassed a vast fortune through his campaigns, which included looting and pillaging enemy cities. His wealth was so great that he reportedly carried a golden tent with him wherever he went. In addition to gold, silver, and precious stones, he also controlled lucrative trade routes that brought in even more riches. While his exact net worth is impossible to calculate, some estimates put it in the trillions of dollars by today's standards. It's no wonder that he remains one of the wealthiest and most powerful figures in history. William the Conqueror, $230 billion. William the Conqueror, also known as William I of England, was one of the wealthiest and most powerful rulers of his time. He was born into a noble family in Normandy, France, and inherited vast estates and resources from his father. After successfully invading England in 1066, he took control of the country and began to consolidate his power. Under his reign, he established a system of royal governance and expanded the English economy, amassing great wealth and prestige. Despite facing numerous challenges and conflicts during his reign, William was able to leave a lasting legacy and build a formidable empire that spanned across the English Channel. Today, his wealth and influence are still celebrated and studied by historians and scholars around the world. John D. Rockefeller, $336 billion. John D. Rockefeller was an American industrialist, philanthropist, and one of the richest men in history. At the peak of his career, he was worth an estimated $336 billion in today's dollars, making him almost 3 times richer than the likes of Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates. Rockefeller is best known for co-founding Standard Oil, a company that monopolized the oil industry and made him a fortune. However, his wealth also allowed him to become one of the most generous philanthropists of all time. He donated over $500 million to various charities and causes, including the founding of the University of Chicago and the Rockefeller Foundation. Rockefeller's riches may have been controversial, but his philanthropy was a true testament to his character. Osman Ali Khan, $236 billion. Osman Ali Khan, also known as the Nizam of Hyderabad, was one of the wealthiest people in history. Born in 1886, he inherited the throne of Hyderabad in India at the age of 25 and ruled for 37 years. During his reign, he amassed a fortune through various industries, including mining, real estate, and banking. At the time of his death in 1967, his recorded net worth was estimated to be around $2 billion, equivalent to over $236 billion today. The Nizam's lavish lifestyle was legendary, and his palace in Hyderabad, now known as the Chowmahala Palace, is a stunning testament to his wealth and power. Join us as we explore the fascinating life of Osman Ali Khan and discover the secrets to his incredible success. Jeff Bezos, $100 billion. Jeff Bezos, the founder and former CEO of Amazon, is one of the richest people in the world. According to Forbes, as of September 2021, his net worth was estimated at around $190 billion. That's an incredible amount of money, and it's hard even to imagine what it would be like to be that wealthy. To put it in perspective, His net worth is more than the GDP of many small countries combined. Bezos' fortune has largely come from his ownership of Amazon, which is now one of the world's largest and most successful companies. He has also invested in other ventures, such as Blue Origin, a space exploration company, and the Washington Post, a major newspaper. Bezos' wealth has made him a household name and a subject of fascination for many people around the world. Andrew Carnegie, $300 billion. Andrew Carnegie is a name often associated with American wealth. Starting from a humble background as a telegraph messenger, he rose to become the superintendent of the Western Division of Pennsylvania Railroad by age 24, thanks to his success, diligence, and willingness to learn from his superiors. With their guidance, he invested heavily in the railroad industry during the post-Civil War boom, before moving on to develop several ironworks companies and eventually founding the Carnegie Steel Company, which he sold for a staggering $13 billion to J.P. Morgan. Despite his immense fortune, Carnegie was known for his modern approach to wealth management. He believed that the wealthy had a social responsibility to give back to society, as outlined in his book, The Gospel of Wealth. One of the most famous quotes was, "The man who dies rich dies disgraced," a sentiment he put into practice by donating an estimated $4.8 billion to charity and leaving only a small portion of his wealth to his family. He also generously provided for his household staff, including his household keeper, nurse, maid servant, and butler. Carnegie's story is not just one of financial success, but also about philanthropy and social conscience. Jakob Fugger. Jakob Fugger, $400 billion. Move over, Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos. There was a new king of wealth in town back in the 16th century, and his name was Jakob Fugger, known as the richest man who ever lived. Fugger's estimated net worth was a whopping $400 billion. That's a billion with a B. How did he amass such incredible wealth? Through his business acumen in industries such as mining, textiles, and banking. Fugger was a shrewd negotiator and a master at financing large-scale projects, such as the construction of the Sistine Chapel. He was also known for his philanthropy, having donated vast sums of money to charitable causes and religious institutions. But with great wealth comes great responsibility, and Fugger's influence extended far beyond just financial matters. He was even known to have played a key role in shaping the political landscape of Europe. It's safe to say that Fugger was a true force to be reckoned with, and his legacy lives on to this day. Nikolai Romanov, $300 billion. Nikolai Romanov, also known as Tsar Nicholas II, was the last emperor of Russia. He did come from a wealthy and influential family, the Romanov dynasty, which ruled over Russia for over 3 centuries. However, his family's wealth and power were largely confiscated by the Bolsheviks during the Russian Revolution in 1917, and Nicholas II and his immediate family were executed in 1918. While the Romanov family had accumulated vast wealth throughout their reign, including precious jewels and artwork, much of it was nationalized by the Soviet government and dispersed in various ways. The Romanovs are perhaps the most well-known among Russia's wealthy families. Unfortunately for them, their wealth is one of the reasons they were massacred. Nikolai Romanov, the last Tsar of Russia, was estimated to have around $300 billion to his name. However, he is viewed by many modern historians as a weak and incompetent leader. Historians weren't the only ones who felt that way, as Nikolai himself was even credited with saying, "I am not prepared to be a Tsar. I never wanted to be one." Russia has had its fair share of wealthy families, but the Romanov story is one of both wealth and tragedy. Akbar the Great, $21 trillion. Akbar the Great, also known as Akbar I, was one of the richest rulers in world history. He was the third Mughal emperor of India and reigned for over 49 years, during which he expanded his empire to include most of the Indian subcontinent. Akbar's wealth was legendary, with estimates putting his net worth at over 21 trillion in today's money. He built grand monuments such as the iconic Red Fort in Delhi, and sponsored lavish courtly activities like elephant fights and poetry contests. Akbar also had a reputation for being a just and wise ruler, earning him the title Akbar the Great. His wealth and legacy continue to inspire awe and admiration to this day. Thanks for tuning in to our exploration of the richest people in history. From the ancient emperors to the modern-day tech moguls, these wealthy individuals have left an indelible mark on the world. But as we've seen, wealth alone doesn't necessarily equate to happiness or fulfillment. So let's take inspiration from the philanthropic efforts of figures like Andrew Carnegie and strive to make a positive impact on the world, no matter how much or how little we may have. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching.